If your plan for 2026 is just to write Terraform code and CI/CD pipeline, you are already obsolete. I'm sorry to say this, but the rules have now changed. The DevOps is no more the role that it used to be a few years back. A lot has happened, a lot is happening, and this is why it is important to understand the impact of AI on DevOps, specifically the recent advancement about AI DevOps Agent that's been released by AWS. It doesn't just suggest the code, it doesn't just autocomplete the CI/CD pipeline, it actually does the troubleshooting. It actually fixes the production bugs and it provides the root cause analysis. All the heavy lifting that we have learned for over the years has now been swallowed by AI. Is this the end of DevOps engineer role or the beginning of something much bigger? So today we are looking at the tool that changes everything and why the most successful engineers are not the ones who are building the pipelines, but the one who are directing the flow. Hello, and my name is Piyush. Welcome back to my channel. In this channel, we talk everything about cloud, DevOps, AI, Kubernetes, and so on. And we don't just talk, we do end-to-end demos. The purpose of this video is not to create any fear among yourself, and it is just to spread the awareness of all the latest advancement that is happening around you. Whenever you hear a news, whenever you see an announcement video from a big tech company, specifically in AI area, a lot of fear goes into your mind. What is going to happen? Now, how many jobs will be obsolete? So it is important to talk about those topics. It is important to discuss about those topics and to see from both the perspective. Every coin has two sides, and it is important to understand all the things, all the pros and cons of every single change that is happening around you, and that could probably impact you. So let's talk about this AWS DevOps Agent, what it is. It's not just a simple chatbot like ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude AI. It's what they are calling as frontier agent. It lives inside your VPC and CI/CD pipeline. It has dual console architecture, and it does not just see a 500 error. It actually fixes those issues and it understands your entire application topology. It is powered by Amazon Bedrock. So whenever an incident happens, it doesn't just alert you. It investigates, it finds the root cause, and it tries to fix the issue on the fly while you are sleeping. A little disclaimer here. Everything that I'm talking about AWS DevOps Agent in this video is my personal opinion and based on the research that I have done. It's not an affiliated video or it's not a sponsored video. It's purely my personal opinion. So here are three things that you need to know about this tool, AWS DevOps Agent. First is it has autonomous incident response. That means it acts as a always on SRE. Like if you have worked as an SRE role, you are probably on call for some days or for over the weekend. Like this SRE never gets tired and it will be always on call for any incident that is incoming to it. It performs the investigation and it presents you with a one-click mitigation plan and the postmortem report after that. The second is custom skills. You can teach your company's entire database, playbooks, runbooks like an MCP server, and it knows it as a skill so that next time it doesn't need the context. It remembers the frequently asked questions, it remembers your company's code base, all the nuance behind it like an MCP server. The third is universal protocol. It now supports multi-cloud and hybrid workloads and it's becoming a universal management layer. Now let's get real. We have already seen a massive rise in outages across cloud providers, across different tools in the market, be it Cloudflare, be it GitHub, and whatever you are using is as a DevOps engineer or as a consumer. There is no single tool available in the market that has not gone through the outage, and these outages are severe with the global impact. Even though these companies say that they have a highly available and fault tolerant disaster recoverable architecture, still when they get impacted by these type of global outage, it takes a lot of time for them to recover. And if you look closely, many of these failures happen after the introduction of AI or after the companies started adopting AI at a massive scale. Bad configs, unreviewed PRs, untested code in the production, or any AI accelerated errors. These are the main causes that we have seen over the past few months or over the last couple of years. Now, here is my take on this. These tools, these frameworks or these technologies will take years to evolve. And when it comes to certain sectors in the industry, such as financial sector, insurance, fintech, all those things, most of the companies are not even using chatbots because they are highly guarded by compliance and security policies. Every single introduction of tool has to go through a series of approvals, a series of compliance committee and enterprise level security review. And for the rest of the companies as well, be it startup, medium level enterprises or a service based company, these tools and technologies take years to evolve. It's not like they have released it today and it's live in production and companies started using it. No, it's not like that. It will take years to evolve and many things will change. Many new additions will happen. Few features will be deprecated. But if you give your AI complete control without understanding the fundamentals, you are not just automating the success. You are digging your own grave. AI must be your assistant, not the driver. You should be the one in the front seat instructing the AI what to do and what not to do, how it needs to be done. For that, fundamentals plays the crucial role. Like if you have used ChatGPT, Claude, or whichever AI chatbot you are using, you know the hallucination is real. And if you don't know the basic fundamental of what you are asking about, you will accept, right? You will accept the answer and you will treat this as the single source of truth. But if you are aware about the topic, if you know the fundamentals, you can question them back. You can cross-check from other sources as well. And in that case, you are pilot in command. You are not just letting AI guide you what to do. So you need to understand networking, you need to understand fundamentals, Linux administration. And that is how DevOps role is evolving more. Like we are not just writing CI/CD pipeline and Terraform code. We are doing much more than that. We are actually validating each and every phase that is there. We are making sure that all the guardrails, all the security boundaries are intact. So the next question is, does it kill the DevOps role? Answer is no. It evolves. Look at the history. When we move to DevOps, we got SRE role because of the complexities introduced by DevOps role. When SRE became the standard, we got platform engineering role to manage the scale, right? So there is always a new role added to the existing role as we are advancing forward. So it is actually creating more jobs, more opportunities, more areas of improvement. We are entering in the era of AI orchestrator. Your job is now focused on building the guardrails and policies to keep these agents secure and safe. Now you are the architect of the system that manages the AI. And again, these agents, these frameworks, tools, whatever is being introduced, they will run on AI infra. Now, do you think automation can detect hardware failure? Maybe detect, yes. If you are thinking it cannot, yes, it can detect hardware failure. But can it fix the hardware failure? No, right? Would it know where exactly is the hardware failure? Like if we're talking about AI infrastructure, there are huge data centers, right? There are GPU machines, there are racks, there are fiber cables, there is NVLink domains and like lot of other stuff. How would it know where exactly is the issue? So you would still need humans to go and to fix the failures. And when we talk about AI infra, right, all these AI agents, all these new technologies specific to AI is running on AI infrastructure, GPUs, TPUs, and so on, right? These AI infrastructure layer, it's really complicated. And if you don't know the networking, if you don't know the fundamentals, it will be impossible for you to debug it. Now, AI agents, whether it's AI, AWS DevOps Agent or anything else, it cannot go and fix the hardware. It cannot predict when the next hardware failure going to happen. So how do you stay relevant? Two words: AI literacy and fundamentals. Double down on how cloud actually works under the hood. Don't just show a certificate. Build a proof of work project. Build the complex system that solves a problem. Deploy an agent. Use a custom skill and show how you as a human is still needed to manage the approval process, to guide the AI agent what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and when it needs to be done. You will be still working as an orchestrator. The future of DevOps is not about doing the work. It's about defining how the work should be done. Yes, you are being replaced, but you are being promoted as an architect rather than a junior resource. So don't fear the agent, don't fear the AI, master it. Upskill yourself, and that's the only way to survive in this era, and not just survive, to excel in this AI era. I hope I was able to answer all your questions that you had in your mind. I'm sure you are now fearless and ready to tackle what's coming up. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful and valuable. I'll see you in the next one. Happy learning.